Hello again and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse and I'm back for another iOS accessible game spotlight video. And this time we're taking a look at a game called Magical Maintenance Mystery. And this is an upcoming game that is coming to iOS soon. They're looking at the end of April or so. And like I said, this game is not publicly available as of yet, but the App Store page is live and you can pre-order the game so that you can get it right away when it launches. And the developer reached out to me not terribly long ago and just let me know about the game. I've covered some of their games in the past. If you've played like Nano Empire, God, there's been so many games, but that's the main one that I can remember that they have released and that I've played. And yeah, this one's pretty neat actually. Um, Definitely check the description in link in the description below, and you can check out more information and pre-order the link for yourself. But he gave me a go ahead to record a video and show you a little bit about what this game is like. So this is a voiceover accessible game. Let's go ahead and
MMM.
open it
Photo.
up.
Double tap to MMM.
So MMM, Magical Maintenance Mystery, be a little bit long for to put on the icon there. This is, it's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure, but it's kind of got like little RPG elements. It's got a little bit of idle game stuff to it because there are tasks where you will have to kind of wait for things to get done. Um, so you start out and you only have like a few locations. You're in this apartment building, and there are four different people that you get to know. You can go into their apartments, you can talk to them when they're home, and when they're not home, you kind of root around in their apartments and you search for things and you discover things, and it just kind of takes you between getting to know the residents and looking around their place, their apartments. You will kind of just start gradually unlocking things. There'll be puzzles, there'll be clues, there'll be new locations and things that you unlock. So we're on the main screen here, which is you got your big list. Right now, I've got a pretty big list of locations. You're only going to have a couple of these when you first start the game, but in the upper left-hand corner,
Status 4 button.
so status 4, that means I have 4 upgrades that I can do, which we'll do in a moment. But first, I'll go through the rest of this page for you.
Level 41.
So I'm level 41 at the moment.
Menu button.
Menu. Let's go in here because this will just, it's not so much of a menu as much of it is like an overview.
More games button.
And there's a place where you can get hints if you need. And you can also get a link to, at the top here,
Puzzle hint. More games button.
more games. So if you want more accessible games, definitely check out that link.
Puzzle hints button.
Puzzle hints. I would encourage you not to use this link unless you get really, really stuck. What I like about this game is that it's not just your typical adventure, like your choose your own adventure, where like, oh, I choose this choice or I choose that choice, and there may be a few branching paths, but there's a little bit more in the way of like you'll discover, as I said, you're searching these apartments in different locations and you're finding clues, and you will be when you find these clues, you really have to read them carefully, and you have to solve different types of puzzles. There's like logic puzzles. There's a math puzzle that I really had trouble with, and I will admit that is the one puzzle where I kind of had to go look at the hints because I was playing it late at night, and the math, I'm like, I don't even remember I've heard these terms, but I don't even remember what some of them are. And so I got a couple of hints, and I ended up using my the Ally app to ask that a couple of questions like, wait, what does this mean again? I eventually got it, but that was a tricky one. So there's your hints.
How to play.
How to play. I'm just going to have it read this to you so you can get an idea.
How to play. Tap a location name to visit that location. Locations can change every few minutes based on whether inhabitants are present or absent, so don't forget to check regularly. There are two main kinds of actions you can take at a location: projects and tests. Projects are completed over time, even when you're away. You can only have one project active at a time, but you're free to take other actions while working on a project. Tests can be attempted every few seconds. There's no penalty for failing a test. In fact, if you fail, you gain experience. As you gain experience, you will level up and gain skill points. Go to the status menu to spend skill points and improve your skills: combat, empathy, engineering, and investigation. These skills increase the speed at which you complete projects and the success chance of tests. Back button.
And that's pretty much it. That gives you enough to go on. And at first, when I started playing this, I was a little bit confused. I'm like, okay, this is sort of interesting, but I'm not sure really what I'm working toward. And that's kind of the whole mystery part of it. You're like, okay, what is actually going on here? You know, again, you're getting to meet the residents. There's more than just the residents. There's, some other, shall we say, creatures and things, and you're fighting things, and I don't know. It's just kind of a really unique
Back button.
experience here. So there's your
Status
menu
4,
button.
Level 41. Menu. Progress. 83%.
So that's progress to my next level, where I should be leveling up here pretty soon.
No active project.
No active project. So in that description, remember they said there was projects and tests. Projects are your big things that I was talking about earlier, where you can even leave the app, come back later, and the project will be done. So that's kind of your idle game portion. But you're going to go back and forth between all these different locations, talking to people, searching locations, doing all these little tests or tasks. I might even call them tasks, but whatever. So you have this huge list of locations. Now, again, this is going to be minor spoilers because I am pretty late in the game, but I wanted to be far enough to where, you guys were able to see, like, instead of just doing one or two things and then having to wait, I'm kind of in a spot where I can go to a bunch of these screens and do some interactions. I can probably queue up a project. I can do a few tests. There's a location I've never been to here.
Progress.
So if I
0%.
flick here,
Progress. No active project. Progress. Game room.
so game room, I've never been there. I have no idea what's in there. We're going to look at that later.
Church of the Muskrat.
So
Haven.
again, some of these are going to be maybe minor spoilers,
The
but
Palace.
they won't really mean anything to you at the moment. But
Haven. The Palace. Library. Underground Lake. Subway station. Conservatory. Helen's apartment.
so here's where you start the game. You have Helen's apartment,
Simon's apartment.
Simon,
Willa's apartment.
Willa,
Furnace room.
and then actually I don't even think you have the furnace room right away. So yeah, you have those. And then
Furnace room.
that's really it at the moment. So when you go into a certain location, there will be a notes thing on the bottom. It's interesting. Usually the back button is in the upper left of iOS apps. The back button is typically in the lower right of this app, but it is consistent, so it's totally fine. The lower left that'll be where your notes are. So you don't have to flick, 40 times. You can just explore by touch, get somewhere near the bottom, and then just flick left or right to get there. So let's say that I want to let's start at the bottom here. Let's go to the furnace room.
Back.
And now that I'm in here, so if I go to the bottom left,
Notes. Button.
there's my notes,
Back. Button.
and there's my back button. That will take me back to the list. But let's see what's in our furnace room. So below our level and our no projects right now.
Furnace room. Dark. Hot. Pipes everywhere. A massive iron furnace covers one wall, a fire barely flickering in a glass pane. You can't find any controls for the furnace.
Okay.
Bruce is home. Empathy test 75%.
So, Bruce is one of the main residents of this place. And again, I'm not really gonna go into the story per se in this video because again, that's something that's the whole point of the game is for you to piece things together and sort of figure out what's going on. Get to know your neighbors a little bit. It's kind of interesting. So he's home right now.
Talk. Button.
If I hit talk,
Plus 2 XP. 2. Dimmed.
so I
Plus 2
really
XP.
didn't get anything
1.
out of
Dimmed.
him.
Button.
So this is where I was a little bit confused at first because a lot of these tasks, you'll get actions and you'll just tap it and nothing really happens, but you get a little bit of experience.
Talk.
So now you get a little dialogue. If something happens, a pop-up will come up.
Talk. Want any help restoring the place? +2 engineering for 15 minutes.
Right, so now I have a temporary perk.
Okay, button.
So if I do a
Bruce is
task
home.
or
Empathy
a
test
test
75%.
or a project, I will get a little boost to my engineering. Now, this is the only thing that's available in the furnace room right now. Depending on where you are in the story of the game, you may have one or two or several tasks in a room. They may appear or disappear depending on, what you've completed, what you haven't done yet. So let's back out of the furnace room. There's nothing more we can do in there. I want to go, I'm trying to think, is it the
Haven, Church of the Muskrat.
I think it's...
A vaulted chamber adorned by bone sculptures and dimly lit by hanging
I want to
braziers
go
fashion.
here because I want to start a project so I can get that background project going.
Church of the A vaulted chamber adorned by bone sculptures and dimly lit by hanging braziers fashioned from giant skulls. The Muskrat invites you to his den, where he's tinkering with some kind of distillery. In my past life, I invented a brew that helps you relax and forget all your troubles. Totally safe. Bring the ingredients and I'll make you some. Resets all your skill points so you can assign them again. 20 golden seeds.
Oh, okay. So that's totally new. I have not seen that. So I don't want to reset my skill points. We're going to leave that alone.
Forget button. Willa, a minister's work is never done. If we want to make this into a proper church, we will need all the help we can get. 20 unknown coins.
Okay,
Willa,
what are we
a
doing
minister's work
here?
is never done. If we want to make this into a proper church, we will need all the help we can get. 20 unknown coins. Donate button.
Sure.
Donate. Alert. Donate. The first priority is to donate to the families of those killed by the muskrat. +1 population. +1% bonus empathy.
Okay.
Okay. Button.
So I get empathy and I get
The
another
muskrat invites you to his den,
population.
where he's donate. Notes. Button.
Okay, so that's all I can do on this screen. Before we go and look at another one, let's go to our upper left here and let's assign these points that I've been sitting on for a while.
Status 4. Button.
Let's go to our status. So on this screen, what we have is the top part, we have the 4 character traits, basically.
Plus button. Combat 12 plus 13%.
So you have your plus button before each line. So if I flick,
plus
there's plus.
Combat 12 plus 13%.
Combat, I'm 12, and I get a little bit of a boost.
12 plus 13%.
Plus 13%.
Plus button. Empathy 10 plus 2%. Plus button. Engineering 10 plus 2 13 minutes. Plus button. Investigation 9 plus 2%.
Well, we definitely want to get our investigation up a little bit here. I had 4 points. Let's do one more of that.
Button. Engineering 10 plus.
Let's do another engineering.
Empathy 10 plus. Button.
And we'll do one empathy. Okay, so below that,
inventory.
We have inventory.
Available population 22.
Okay, 22, and we're really close. Man, I think I need 2 more. I need 25 population for, I think, 1 or 2 quests or projects. So I might just back out and go into there. But below that, we have
Pat mice 120.
So these are kind of little spoilers, but they're below here. These are when you explore different places like the people's apartments or any of these other places. When they're not home, you will get these different items, and each time that you tap that button to explore the area, you will get either experience or you will get one of these items depending on the location.
Putrid mushrooms 25. Candles 64. Unknown coins 123. Energy crystals 168. Golden seeds 100 plus 2. VHS tapes 260 plus 9/H.
Yeah, those are important. VHS tapes, that's a currency that I've been using a lot.
Living jelly 112.
Okay, so
back button.
And let's go back because we leveled up, or we got what we needed there. And I'm gonna do
forget button.
No.
Donate button.
Let's donate.
Alert. Okay button.
We'll donate again.
Button. Donate. Alert. Donate.
And each time that you do this, you will get the little dialogue that says the same thing.
Will preaches about the conversion of Saul, a murderous oppressor of the church, transformed into its leading scholar. Plus 2 population, plus 1 bonus.
Oh, actually these are different. Okay, that's interesting. Because usually when I do these, the dialogues have been the same, so hopefully I didn't miss anything in that other dialogue.
Okay,
but
button.
Now we got 2 population. Heck yeah.
The muskrat invites donate. Button.
Let's do one more.
Donate. Alert. Donate. The congregation decides to install stained glass windows depicting the tail of the muskrat. Flickering braziers behind the windows give the sanctuary an unnatural glow. Plus 2 population, plus 1 bonus.
Heck
Plus
yeah.
1% bonus. OK. Button.
Bring on the population and the
Piercing whales are
bonus.
disrupting the church service. That's only the beginning of your worries. Construction knocks down a wall revealing a giant crypt on the other side, full of vengeful spirits. Willa, silver-loaded rifle in hand, tries to rally the congregation. God is testing our faith. We must be strong. Combat project
Oh,
50,000.
that's new. Okay, so I was going to do a different project, but this sounds intriguing.
Banish the wraiths. Button.
Let's banish the wraiths, and it says 50,000.
Banish the wraiths. Active.
So this will take way longer than I'll be recording this video. This will be like there's been like in the beginning I think there's like 5,000 or something, and then you go up to 20,000, and now we're up to 50,000 for a lot of these projects. And so if I go up to my top here,
284/50,000.
yeah, so 284 out of 50,000. It's gonna take an hour or two or three. I kind of wish there was like a. I mean, I'm glad it tells you how many there are.
Progress. Banish the wraiths. 474/50,000.
I mean, I guess it doesn't super matter, but I was like, I wonder how long this will take.
Banish the wraiths. 542/50,000.
And if you find a task that you want to interrupt with something else, you can interrupt it. Let's say something happens and there's like, oh, here's a quick 5,000 project that you can do. You can switch to that one, and then when you switch back to, when you're done with that one and come back to this project, you can pick up right where you left off, so you don't have to start over. So yeah, we have gained the requisite number of population we need, I think, in a couple other locations. So that's good.
The muskrat invites you to his den, where he's tinkering with some kind
Yeah,
of
so we don't need to do that.
Willa, a minister's work is never done. If we want to make this into a proper church, we will need all the help we can
Right,
get.
so let's back out of there.
Furnace room.
Let's go to, well, let's go see.
Furnace room.
Let's go to our furnace room. Oh,
Button.
he's still there.
Back. Button. Back.
I just see the.
Willa's apartment.
Let's go to Willa's apartment. Okay.
Bring out the
So
here. The antique wooden furniture is adorned with candles and photographs. A massive rifle hangs on the wall. A round orange-shaped darts in the corner of your eye. Ellipsis. Oh no, please. Anything but that. Ellipsis. Bedbugs. A whole army of them. Smelling a meal, they march fearlessly toward you. Combat test 63%.
So basically what happens, sometimes when you enter a location, you'll have some sort of quick test where I'll have to hit the button a few times. In this case, I got to get rid of these stupid bed bugs.
Bring out the heat gun. Button. Plus
Bring
4
out
XP.
the heat gun.
1. Dimmed. Bring out the heat gun.
So we got
button.
experience.
Bring out the heat gun. Button. Plus 4 XP.
And this is all we can
dimmed.
do
Plus 4
until
XP.
we
1. Dimmed. Button.
vanquish them.
Bring out the heat gun. But talk. Alert. Bring out the
Okay,
heat
we
gun.
get a pop-up.
You roast the loathsome bloodsuckers alive, regretting only that you can't make them suffer more until their remaining comrades finally retreat. But you know they'll be back. Plus OK. Button. You
Oh,
roast the loathsome bloodsuckers
I
alive,
didn't
regretting only that you can't make them suffer more until their remaining comrades finally retreat. But you know they'll be back. Plus 100 XP.
Okay, we got some XP for that.
Button. Willa is
Okay,
home.
so
Ability test
Willa is
78%.
home.
Talk. Button.
We'll talk to Willa.
Talk. Kevin wants to play. Plus 2 combat for 15 minutes.
Okay, we got combat.
Okay.
So,
Button.
like I said, there's more to these apartments in the beginning. There's either I'm going to be talking to someone until I get a perk, stat boost, temporary stat boost, or they're not going to be home and I can search their apartment to get resources.
Simon's apartment.
Let's go to Simon. Okay, he's not home.
The floor is strewn with dirty laundry.
I can tell by the color of the button down there.
The floor is strewn with dirty laundry and the counters reek of abandoned food. The only object that stands out is an easel covered by a cloth.
Okay.
Simon is not home. Ellipsis. Investigate. Search the apartment.
So let's search the apartment.
Plus 2 XP. 2. Dimmed. Plus 2
Okay,
XP.
we only got 2
1.
XP.
Dimmed. Plus 1 pet mouse. 2. Dimmed. Search the
So
apartment.
this is where we get the pet mice. Again, each location has their own sort of their own item that you will collect, and you use those as different sort of currencies to, you know, unlock
Plus 1
various
pet mouse.
things
2.
throughout
Dimmed.
the game.
Plus 1
So
pet
I do
mouse.
this
1.
a few
Dimmed.
times.
Button. Plus 1 pet mouse. 2. Dimmed. Plus
We
1
got
pet
another
mouse.
pet
1.
mouse.
Dimmed. Button. Plus 1 pet mouse. 2. Dimmed. Plus 1 pet mouse. 1. Dimmed. Button. Plus 1 pet mouse. 2. Dimmed. Plus 1 pet mouse. 1. Dimmed. Button.
All right, so we got a few
Back.
pet
Button.
mice. We'll back
Back.
out of that.
Furnace room.
I'm not, well,
Helen's apartment. Helen's apartment.
Helen.
Search
Okay,
the
she's
apartment.
not home.
Search the apartment. Button.
I'll
It's
do the
hard to walk in
description
It's
here
hard to
for
walk
you.
in here without stepping on some kind of colorful toy or contraption. You couldn't even begin to guess what most of this stuff is for. Helen is not home. Ellipsis. Investigate. Search the apartment.
All right,
Button.
let's
Plus 1 living jelly.
investigate.
2. Dimmed.
Okay,
Plus 1
there's where
living
we get
jelly.
our
1. Dimmed.
jellies.
Button. Plus 1 living jelly. 2. Dimmed.
So you have
Search
to
the apartment.
remember,
Plus
you
1
have to
living
know,
jelly.
like,
2.
oh,
Dimmed.
this task needs, you know, needs this certain item, and so it's like, okay, where do I have to go to farm for some of these
+1 living jelly 1 +1 living jelly
some of
2
these things.
+1 living jelly 1 back.
So let's go back. We got through all the
Furnace room
apartments.
conservatory. Helen's
Um,
apartment conservatory.
Conservatory.
Operate
Let's
the
go
desk
look in
button.
here.
Conservatory. You reached some kind of conservatory with windows on the ceiling. How did you not notice these outside? A network of pipes and intricate mosaics on the floors. Plants abound, only some of which look like they want to kill you. Such a powerful desk. Sophie, the architect, could have built his whole place with it. Unfortunately, it seems to be malfunctioning, only regurgitating the last few things it made. Engineering test 18%. Operate the desk button.
Sure. So that's a
Plus 20
test.
XP. 2 dimmed.
So we got some
Operate the desk
XP.
button. Plus 20 XP. 2 dimmed.
And
Plus 20
sometimes it'll
XP.
spit out
Operate the
something that
desk
I can
button. Plus 20
use,
XP. 2 dimmed.
but I
Plus
might
20
be far
XP.
enough. I don't know
1
if it will give me anything
operate the
else
desk
other
button.
than
Plus 20
XP.
XP. 2 dimmed. Plus 20 XP.
And sometimes that's the other thing. It's like sometimes it's hard to know whether I'm really doing anything or making a difference, because like there's been times where I've had to hit like a certain button, 5, 10 times, and then boom, something will happen. I'll get one of the little pop-up dialogues with some more story text or whatever, and then I'll usually get an item or unlock something, maybe get a new location or trigger some other type of thing that I can do. But like, so at this point, I don't know if there's anything more that I can do with this
Operate the
desk
desk button. Plus 20 XP.
other
2
than hammer
dimmed.
on it.
Plus
We'll
20
do it a few
XP.
more
Operate the
times.
desk button. Plus 20 XP. 2 dimmed. Operate the desk button. Approach. Alert.
Here we
Operate the
go.
desk. A new door appears before you. Inside is a maze of bathrooms, bedrooms, kitchens, and hallways at impossible angles, always repeating the same generic furniture. Plus 1% bonus engineering.
Oh, okay.
OK button. Turret-like plants are shooting giant peas
So
at
now
you.
we've triggered in our conservatory.
You've reached some kind of conservatory with windows. Turret-like plants are shooting giant peas at you. They burn like paintballs. Combat
So
test
now all the
39%.
other things that were in there are blocked off, and the only thing that I'm able to do,
Charge button.
get rid of these stupid
Plus 10 XP. 2
plant
dimmed.
things,
Plus
and
10
this is
XP.
where I'm just going to
1
have to
dimmed button. Plus 10 XP.
hit this
2 dimmed. Plus 10
several
XP.
times
1 dimmed. Plus 10 XP. 1
until
dimmed. Charge button. Operate the deck. Charge.
there we
Charge.
go.
You aggressively harvest the pea plants, which turn out to be surprisingly delicious. They appear to be on the overgrown remains of a giant game board. Plus 200 XP.
Okay.
OK button.
So it said I unlocked
Such
a
a
new
powerful desk.
door,
Sophie, the
but
architect,
does
could
that
have built
give
his
me
whole
another
place.
option here?
You could use some help harvesting all the seeds. 9 population.
So eventually you will be, as you get more population in your town or in your apartment, whatever, where we are, you can assign people to harvest certain types of items or currencies. So like I've got a whole bunch of them. I was needing a whole bunch of VHS tapes earlier, which is another item that we need elsewhere. And so I have a whole bunch of people working there. And then I have about 2 or 3 people working in a lot of these other places that I've unlocked. Again, I'm pretty late in the game, so you don't have access to a lot of this to start out with.
Assign button. The golden glowing heart of the tentacle plant beckoned you. It's not angry like the vines. You feel you can reach some understanding. Empathy test 56%. Approach button.
The one thing I'm not quite sure about is you hear after all these different tests and projects and things, it'll say like empathy 56%, combat 12%. I don't really understand what that means, because like the more you do it, the number doesn't go up. I think what it might mean is that you have to have your whatever stat that is for that test, you have to have that base level. So maybe I need 15% or 50%. I'm not quite sure, because if I do this, let's say I did this, 5, 10 times. What is it right now? It's at...
The golden glowing heart of the tentacle plant beckoned you. It's not angry like the vines. You feel you can reach some understanding. Empathy test 56%.
Yeah, 56. So if I
approach button
will approach them.
Plus 2 golden seeds. 2 dimmed.
So there's where I get my golden seeds.
Button. Approach button.
I do it again.
Plus 4 XP. 2
4
dimmed.
XP.
Plus 4 XP. Approach button. Plus 4 XP. 2 dimmed. Approach button. Plus 2 golden seeds. 2 dimmed. Plus
Unless it's just not noticeable because I have to, I'm so far in. Maybe I have to hit it 100 times before it goes from 56 to 57. So that's the one thing I'm not entirely clear about, like what those percentages mean at this point.
The golden glowing heart of the tentacle plant beckoned you.
I'm sure
it's not angry like the vines. You feel you can reach some understanding. Empathy test 56%.
Yeah, so we're still at 56. So that's all we can do here.
Button. Back.
But I know I've got, like I said,
Furnace
I've
room.
got a few other locations here.
Underground lake. Subway station.
So we got
Subway
a
station.
subway.
Deep in the ruins is a red glow. It leads to a pit of lava fed by colossal pipes. A sign nearby depicts a mushroom. 20 putrid mushrooms. A web of tunnels converges here. This was once a grand station full of towering gilded columns. But now there's just a massive multi-train wreck. A bustling market has started to form in the ruins. A vendor calls to you, offering 25 pad mice, 20 candles.
So these down here, there are usually a couple of vendors, and I can swap one currency or one. I call them currency because that's essentially what they are. But one item for another type of item. Depending on what you need, you may or may not want to interact with them right now.
Deep in the ruins is a red glow. It leads to a pit of lava fed by colossal pipes. A sign nearby depicts a mushroom. 20 putrid mushrooms.
So I could throw in mushrooms.
Throw mushrooms, button.
And get something. I guess I could. I forget even what we get for this.
As the mushrooms hit the lava with an unholy puff, grotesque faces swirl on the surface. Just your imagination, right? Plus 1,000 XP.
Okay, we got a bunch of XP. Okay, that's good. Oh, I leveled up too.
To form in the ruins. A vendor calls
okay, so we don't have any more.
Throw mushrooms, dimmed, button.
That's dimmed. I don't have enough anymore.
Recruit people to help search the wreckage. 9 population.
So this is where I can basically, in this case, I can get more tapes because the next one.
Bruce, there must be valuable relics in that ancient wreckage. If you find any VHS tapes, I'll especially make it worth your while. Investigation test 55%.
So I can
search button.
Search.
Plus 2 VHS tapes 2 dim.
So there I can manually search for tapes. Or this is again where another piece of the idle game kind of comes into play. I have my projects, and then if I have some of the population, I forget what you call them.
Recruit people to help search the wreckage. 9 population.
Yeah, so you need population, and then you can assign them, and then you'll get like so many of whatever item you make them collect. You get so many per hour. Okay, so that's really all we can do here.
Back button. Back. Live underground lake.
I'm gonna skip ahead. Library. Is there anything left in the library to do?
Recruit workers to produce crystals. You've entered a maze of musty bookshelves. You can tell there are levels above and below you, but most of the room is an impenetrable darkness. Recruit workers to produce crystals. 9 population.
Okay. I have a couple of them doing that.
Helen's machine is a complicated series of tubes and tanks and gauges. She's left you instructions and an invitation to use at any time. Engineering test 68%. Distill a crystal button.
So I can distill
plus
a
2 energy crystals 2.
There we go.
Plus 2 energy crystals.
So 1. You see how you either get XP if you fail, or else you'll get whatever item it is for that particular test.
There's no discernible method of cataloging, so all you can do for now is pick up a random book and hope for the best.
So this you can kind of peruse the library, and there's like a few different little bits of stories that you'll find. And I have I think read them all because it's wrapped around, and I've started getting the original story that I was reading again. So I'm not going to spoil any of that for you. You guys can read the lore or read some stories in the library on your own. So there's our library.
The palace. Library.
I think was there something in the palace I wanted to do.
On the dance floor. You wander through the broken bottles on the dance floor and find writing on the wall. If you think yourself worthy to attend an even more exclusive party, stand here. 25 population.
Okay, so I got 25 population. That's one of the things we needed that for. We did that earlier in the video.
Gather the worthy button.
So gather the worthy. All right, what do we get?
Once a sufficiently important crowd has gathered, a door appears. The VIPs scramble to be the first into the darkness. Ellipsis. Plus 2,000 XP. 3 question marks unlocked.
Oh, 3 question marks. That's intriguing.
Okay, button.
Okay.
The best and brightest are moving into the tower, lured by the prospect of trading ultra-rare VHS tapes. 20 VHS tapes.
Okay, well, we have VHS tapes. Sure,
button.
Why not?
Attract entrepreneurs. Button. Attract entrepreneurs. Attract you overhear an investor telling off a founder. I don't care about loss of goodwill. There are no numbers behind that. What I do know is, if you double the number of ads, the revenue will far outweigh a few lost users. Plus 1 population. Plus 1% bonus engineering.
Okay.
Button. The best and brightest are moving into the tower.
So,
lured by the prospect of trading. Attract entrepreneurs. Button.
Let's do that one more time.
Attract entrepreneurs. I'm a life coach offering personalized wellness plans based on your astrological sign and the phase of the moon. Plus 1 population. Plus 1%
so
bonus
a bunch of
engineering.
hooey.
Okay, I'm a life coach offering personalized wellness plans based on your astrological sign and the phase of the moon. Plus 1 population. Plus 1% bonus engineering.
Okay. Well,
okay, button. The best in attract
we'll do one more.
Button. Attract entrepreneurs. I came here to invent artificial general intelligence, but then I started hearing rumors that it's already here. Plus 1 population. Plus 1% bonus engineering.
Okay, so we're getting a whole bunch of little perks or little
button.
bonuses.
The best attract entrepreneurs. Button. Attract entrepreneurs. I've found a way to make the ads on podcasts unskippable. Plus 2 population. Plus 1 bonus. Plus 1% bonus engineering.
That sounds horrible. You got astrological people, and you've got like the you can't skip ads and podcasts. No, that's bad. I skip them all the time.
OK button.
I'll admit it.
The best and brightest are moving into the tower, lured by the prospect of trading ultra-rare VHS
Especially
tapes.
when they put them in every
20 VHS
like
tapes.
5 minutes, it seems, these days.
Attract entrepreneurs. But attract entrepreneurs. How about ellipsis, a mirror with facial recognition and a speaker to tell you how attractive you are and everyone else how ugly they are. Plus 2 population, plus 1 bonus.
Okay.
Plus 1% bonus engineering. OK button. The best and brightest
These are amusing.
Attract entrepreneurs. Button. Attract entrepreneurs. Trading tapes is all well and good, but what about trading ideas instead? We could call this idea currency, ellipsis, Bruce coin. Plus 1 population, plus 1% bonus engineering.
Oh, we're getting a ton of engineering.
The
All right, let's back out of here.
Back.
So that's interesting. If I go
Church of the Muskrats, Church Haven,
back to the palace.
The best and brightest are moving into the tower.
Oh, wow. So everything else has really disappeared. The other thing that I had in there was I could attract people before, but it was for something else. But now it looks like I've progressed the story enough to where I don't have to worry about any other missions in the palace right now. All I have to do is keep recruiting people with these VHS tapes, and it looks like I'm going to get some perks. So we'll back out of that.
Haven.
What's in our haven?
Has appeared. Unbelievably, Simon's mural has become real. You walk through a window that used to be a wall, and you're inside the mushroom village. The outline of a giant door has appeared in the wall. The more people are nearby, the more brightly it glows. Simon, I feel an immense power here. The power of revolution. Imagine a whole world just like this place, where everyone is free to create and explore. If we gather our warriors here, I'm sure the next step will be made clear. 25 population.
Oh.
Revolution. Dimmed. Button.
So wait. Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just 25 population overall. Is it? Oh, so I have to get 25 more population for this thing. So that's interesting. It's not like, okay, well, if I have 25, I can do this, I can do this. So, because we're basically assigning 25 population to each one of these types of things. Okay, because this is the one that I was going to use my population for. I had it planned before recording the video. Okay, so we just got to recruit more people. That's fine. We'll do that later.
Bruce and Simon come to you with a joint proposition, a film festival, the first of many celebrations of art and culture in the Haven. 100 VHS tapes.
We can donate those.
Organize. Button. Organize. Alert. Organize. It's a weekend to remember. We call classics from past centuries as well as new stories made by residents. Bruce has apparently figured out a way to generate special effects from thin air. One memorable hit was about mafia ears of corn in a basement. The event brings lots of new publicity. Plus 25% chance to attract bonus population.
Ooh, okay. That sounds good.
Okay, button.
Nice perk there.
The giant door has appeared in the wall. One of the mushrooms turns out to be a minecart station. A track leads through the outer wall into darkness. The other residents are eager to try it out. Investigation test 11%. Ride, button. Plus 20 XP. 2, dim.
Let's see
plus
if this takes us anywhere
1,
interesting.
Dim, button. Contribute, button.
Wait, what?
Ride, button. Plus 20 XP. 2, dimmed. Plus 20 XP.
One more?
Ride, button. Plus 20 XP. 2, dimmed. Plus 20 XP. 1, dimmed, button. One of the mushrooms turns ride, button. Plus 20 XP. 2, dimmed.
So I guess based on what's been happening, now that I'm thinking about it more closely, if one of these choices gets exhausted, like, oh, I'm not able to ride the cart anymore, you notice how some of the tasks literally disappear from each one of these locations. So I wonder until maybe if I can't ride if there's no more locations to discover anymore, I will either like hear one that I've already heard, or the test will just disappear and I won't be able to do that anymore. Because right now all I'm getting is XP.
One of the mushrooms turns out to be ride, button. Plus 20 XP.
Yeah,
1,
so we're just
dim,
getting
ride,
XP. What do we got here?
Simon is stirring a huge pot of stew. Never thought I would voluntarily cook anything, but this is different. This is freedom. 20 golden seeds.
Okay, we'll put those in there.
Button. Contribute.
What do I get?
Contribute. Word of the hearty brew is starting to spread. Everyone who takes it gets stronger. Plus 2 population, plus 1 bonus.
Okay, more population. Okay. That's good. Need more population for the thing above.
Simon has been busy finding people in forgotten corners of the city and inviting them into a new home. Empathy test 28%. Meet the inhabitants. Button.
So then we can meet some of our inhabitants.
2,
so
dim,
nothing there.
XP. Meet the inhabitants. Button. Plus 10 XP.
And there's been some
2,
pretty funny
dim,
ones, pretty amusing ones
1,
in here
dim,
too.
Button. Meet the inhabitants. Button. Contribute. Alert.
Here we go.
You pause to join a group of all ages in a friendly game of basketball. Plus 200 XP.
Okay.
Okay. Button.
So that's all we got here.
Back. Church of the Muskrat. Church of the Muskrat. A
Uh,
vaulted chamber adorned by bone sculptures and dimly lit by hanging braziers. You hear a stone grating somewhere, and the next thing you know, skeletons are shambling toward you out of the darkness. Combat test 13%.
okay.
Whack button.
We'll
Plus
fight
20
some
XP.
skeletons, I
2
guess.
dimmed. Plus 20
So yeah,
XP.
this isn't your
1 dimmed
neighbor
button.
friendly neighborhood apartment building. We got weird stuff going on.
Plus 20 XP. 2 dimmed. Whack button. Plus 20 XP. 2
And this
dimmed.
is the only
Plus
thing that
20
I can
XP.
do in this
1
location,
dimmed. Plus
except
20
for go
XP.
back.
2 dimmed. Plus
So I
20
guess
XP.
I'm just going to have to
1
keep hitting
dimmed.
this
Plus 20
button
XP. 2 dimmed. Plus 20 XP.
until
1
we're
dimmed.
victorious. Here we
Alert.
go.
Whack. Their jaws snap, trying to bite you. Ellipsis. Or to speak. Soon they're just inanimate piles of bones for you to clean up. Plus 400 XP.
Ooh, a lot of
Level
XP
up.
there. Oh, level up.
Okay button.
And that means I need to
Piercing
go up
wails are
here.
status 2 button.
We leveled up twice, so what
Skill
should we
points
do?
2.
Let's do a combat.
Combat 12 plus button. Plus.
I don't want that to be 13.
Combat
13
plus
is a bad
button.
number.
Combat 13 plus button.
So let's go ahead and up
Plus
that to
dimmed.
14. We'll be our mighty warrior. Okay, so we did that. Let's go back
button.
and let's go see what we have
Church of the Muskrat.
in the Muskrat Church.
A vaulted chamber adorned by bone sculptures and dimly lit by hanging braziers fashioned from giant skulls. Piercing wails are disrupting the church service. That's only the beginning of your worries. Construction knocked down a wall revealing a giant crypt on the other side, full of vengeful
Oh,
spirits.
right.
Banish the wraiths. Active. Button.
Yeah, so this is the, right, okay, this is where we were. So we'll wrap up here
Back
very
button.
shortly, but
Back.
there's one location I
From
have
his
never
room.
been to.
Game room.
Oh,
Get 3 question marks.
oh, and then the 3 question marks. So whatever
Game room.
that's going to be, but we'll go into the
You stand
game
in
room.
darkness. Then
I've
there's
never been here, so I have no idea what
Game
we're going
room.
to find.
You stand in darkness. Then there's a burst of colored light bulbs and a calliope starts playing. Then everything flickers out again. Everywhere is a
Huh.
tangle of colorful machinery.
Oh, wherever you hear the calliope, that's always, creepy dark carnival nonsense.
Helen, let's go visit my new friend. You should bring some crystals. Those are his favored. 20 energy crystals.
Okay, well,
Meet
I
the
have
friend.
those.
Repair game alert. Meet the friend. Helen leads you to a chamber full of old CRT monitors displaying unreadable text. A red smiley face appears and speaks in a deep voice. Welcome, misfits, to your refuge. The crystals energize the games, attracting gamers and thrill seekers from outside. Plus 2 population, plus 1 bonus. Plus 1% bonus investigation.
Okay, I'm not sure what that second bonus
Okay,
was, or
button.
that it just said
Helen,
plus 1
let's go visit my
bonus,
new friend.
but
You should bring some crystals. Those are his favored. Meet the friend. Button.
uh,
Helen, let's go visit my new friend. Meet the friend.
meet the
Button.
friend.
Repair game alert. Meet the friend. Remember, bullies only persecute you because they know they, unlike you, will never amount to anything. So next time the mindless wretches give you trouble, don't hesitate to squash them like the insects they are. The crystals energize the games, attracting gamers and thrill seekers from outside. Plus 2 population, plus 1 bonus. Plus 1
Well,
for
hey,
okay,
we're getting
button.
population. That's good. We need
Meet
that
the
for
friend.
that other
Button.
place.
Meet the friend.
We'll do
Button.
one more.
Repair game alert. Meet the friend is printing experimental results. Helen, he's helping me with cancer research. This could have saved my mom. Ellipsis. We've got to bring more crystals to finish it. The crystals energize the games, attracting gamers and thrill seekers from outside. Plus 1 population. Plus 1% bonus investigation.
Okay.
Button. Meet the
What do
friend.
we have
Button. There
here?
are more broken game machines than you can count, but some of them still seem to be in decent condition. Engineering project 50,000.
Ah, okay. So there's another project that I need to complete. I don't want to disrupt. Let's see where we are up here.
Banish the wraiths. Banish the wraiths. 20,670/50,000.
Okay, well, 20,000, yeah. So, we're about a little over a third of the way there. So, yeah, I'm definitely not going to finish this task by the end of this video. Like I said, I know you're kind of getting some spoilers on some of the locations and things, and this is really going to seem disjointed to you. But like I said, this is sort of what the game is, mostly what the game is. I do want to show you, let's go back,
Back.
or
Button.
no, let's stay
Notes.
here.
Button. Notes.
We
Button.
haven't gone into notes yet. So I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom because I'm not going to
Page
show
3
you
of
some
page
of the
3 of 3.
later clues.
Helen's apartment. Helen, a girl of about 10, is sitting at the kitchen table building a paper mache skull. 5 plastic bugs appear to be crawling out of the mouth of the skull. Now she's fitting blinking red LEDs into the eyes. If you can't solve my puzzle, you're clearly not qualified for this job.
So there's one hint.
Willow's apartment. You notice that the lights are blinking in a pattern. 3 times. Pause. 3 times. Pause. 2 times. Pause. 2 times. Pause. You open the wiring and find a loose connection. You fix that and the blinking stops. Helen's apartment. You scan the room for anything relevant to the images on the door. You notice 3 teddy bears, a tarantula in a tank, and 7 little orange cats in a row that must have come from a board game.
So that's all I'm going to give you.
Back.
I'm not going
Button.
to tell you what puzzle they're for, but
Meet the
like I
friend.
said,
Button.
so mostly what I've been showing you, we've just tap a button and a number gets bigger, or we tap a button and we wait and a number gets bigger, that type of thing. But there are there's like several different like door unlock codes or little things that you have to complete or get into. And that's where, again, talking to people, exploring each environment, doing the different projects and tests will unlock different things. And like I said, these are things that like you have to look at the clues and sort of piece them together. Like, okay, what puzzle is this referring to? Is it referring to this room's combination or this locked door or whatever? And then you have to just basically, figure out the clue. A lot of them have been logic puzzles. Um, like one is a really easy one. I don't really want to give anything away. I could give you basically, I could tell you what one of those clues we just read, what that did. And some of you have to put multiple clues together. You may have to go to multiple locations to get different clues, and then you have to read them, kind of, again, there's your mystery thing. You kind of have to detective your way through figuring out the clue. So it's not all just hitting buttons and watching the numbers grow bigger or watching new things happen. You do have to do a little bit of thinking throughout the game. So, like I said, it's hard to explain. Like this should give you an idea of like what the interface is like. It's very straightforward. They do support a dark theme, which is what I've been rolling with the whole time, which is great. It's totally VoiceOver accessible. I've had really no problems with the game whatsoever. The interface is very straightforward, very easy to understand. The only minor thing that I think I've had every once in a while is like there'll be a lot of different things, especially if you have like a lot of different uh, projects and tests on one page and you have to scroll up and down. Like I think once or twice there's been a time where like I'll hit a button to trigger some test or something and it doesn't always seem to trigger. Like it says that it does, but it doesn't. It won't say button or whatever. It'll just kind of uh, it'll not register sometimes. So sometimes going back out and then back in, and then oh okay yeah here we go. We'll register and we'll get 2 XP or we'll get whatever the item is for that test. But magical maintenance mystery. That's really
Back
I
button.
think all I
Back.
really have to show you because again, I didn't go through. I don't think I no, I don't think I went through every location. And again, some of the locations are going to be a little spoilery. But you do have to again, you do have to do some of these logic puzzles and things, and you have to get enough resources so you can do some of these projects. They might unlock new locations or new things that will happen. And you have to read the flavor text in each one of these locations and each one of these tasks that gives you things. And when you complete them, you get these little pop-up dialogues that will give you a little bit, kind of trickling out bits of story. It's a really interesting little game. Like I said, I started it a few days ago, and I've been playing it off and on pretty regularly. Not sure how close I am to the end of it, but I think I'm getting, pretty far in. And then except for that one, the puzzles, the logic puzzles and things, I had to think about a few of them, and I took me a while to figure some of them out. And literally, there's a math puzzle in there that I'm like, oh God, that one I will admit, I went to the hint page and I did look at a hint for that one because I'm like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Uh, I graduated and I've kind of, I guess, flushed my mind. Uh, I've flushed my mind out for all those weird, obscure math things that I don't have to care about anymore. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, please check the link in the description below. You can get to the App Store page. You can pre-order it because the game is not out as I'm recording this video. They're looking at the end of April 2025 for launch. So check it out, share the video, share the link, pre-order it, support the developer and support them financially. Don't just ask for a coupon code. It's like support the developer so that we can keep getting accessible games. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. You can follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. Blue Sky at Illegally Cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.